The U.S. is facing new tariffs from China this morning after President Trump followed through on his own tariff threat.
But as Doug Luzader reports from Washington this morning, a looming trade war here in North America is on hold, at least for now, with our direct neighbors. Doug, good morning. Let's start, though, with China's response to President Trump's tariffs. They're implementing their own tariffs as well, we understand. How is this expected to affect the average American consumer?
Well, a little bit of retaliation at play here. There were three countries we were talking about for new tariffs yesterday: Canada, Mexico, and China. We kind of came to terms with Canada and Mexico. China remained, though, and those tariffs will impact consumers in theory. Now, it's a smaller additional tariff on China than the president was contemplating for Canada and Mexico. But we have a lot of trade with China. China has retaliated with tariffs of their own, including new levies on U.S. energy, especially coal. So, you know, these will have an impact of some sort, not perhaps sweeping in nature. And we don't know whether these are permanent or whether there will be some kind of effort to kind of diffuse this and go back to the levels, to the tariff levels that were in place yesterday.
Yeah, and President Trump says he plans to talk to China's President Xi Jinping this week, but doesn't expect things to get dramatic. Does he seem like maybe he's preparing for things to get tense, or maybe trying to diffuse things before they even talk? And can you explain maybe what could happen, what could come from their conversation?
Well, you know, either way, I mean, the conversations that we saw that took place yesterday with the leaders of Canada and Mexico wound up getting rid of the tariffs. So will the same thing happen when President Trump meets with his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping? Perhaps, but the president has long had an issue with trade imbalances and fairness and intellectual property issues involving trade with China. So this may just be the beginning.
Okay, and Doug, in terms of the Canada and Mexico situation, what is now in place? What are the terms of this 1-month delay here in terms of the borders on the north and south ends of the country here?
Well, the idea here is that Canada and Mexico have won an additional 30 days. So this is going to be reassessed in the weeks ahead, but they have promised to crack down on illegal border crossings as well as the flow of drugs across the northern and southern borders. It's not clear what the criteria is going to be 30 days from now to either put the tariffs in place or simply get rid of them. That aspect is just not clear from the White House right now.
All right, Doug Luzader there in Washington. We'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Thank you.